The job market usually sees a post-Eid pickup in recruitment activity. What are we seeing this year? We are joined by Dr. Trevor Murphy, founder and CEO of Cooper Fitch. It's nice to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, Brandy.
Tell me what you would normally see in terms of quieter activity in Ramadan and that post-Eid bounce.
Yeah.
What would a normal year look like percentage-wise?
So we'd probably, from about the first week after Ramadan, see 5 to 10% increase in activity. And that would continue on. And by the second and third week after Eid break, that would probably increase. So we see probably about a 10-12% drop overall in Ramadan. And then by the full month of after Eid break, we see probably about a 15% increase.
So the first few weeks of this conflict have been in a quieter period for recruitment anyway,
Yes,
because of Ramadan.
for sure. Yeah.
But as we enter week 5, what have you seen over the past month as a whole?
So it's been slower than expected improvements. I think we're probably seeing the first week kind of flat, maybe just above flat. Saudi still off, still on Eid break, so there's a natural impact there. But this week is a big week. It's a big week for everyone in recruitment, I think. But overall, flat is probably quite an improvement on what we initially thought it might look like.
Okay, because flat is not down.
Flat is not down, for sure, yeah. So it's still some good activities, some unusual activities, some things that we didn't expect to happen, but still interesting week.
So talk me through what you are seeing, particularly the unusual. Which industries are posting new positions and which aren't?
So it's kind of fairly minute data because it's just reflective of the first week back, but airlines doing some projects maybe that weren't on the cards. So some deep dive development work around technology and looking at some new things that might be interesting that maybe were on the slightly longer term plan but have been brought forward. It's which we found a little unusual, I think, and then some areas within what we would see as consulting services like legal. I think the private practice market has seen quite a big jump again, which is just a little unusual. Doesn't seem to fit right with where we are at the moment. And they're doing things like onboarding people from different parts of the world, etc. So there's quite a pre-COVID, post-COVID kind of vibe of what's happening at the moment. But yeah, there's been some interesting developments.
Where are you seeing hiring pause at the moment?
It's probably not sector-led. There are a couple of organizations for various reasons have decided to not proceed. So on the energy side, maybe a piece there. Parts of the mining, mineral side, but other parts of it are full steam ahead. So it just depends on kind of quite case by case scenarios there. I mean, the airlines are having a difficult time on the overall, so that's impacting on their needs to make hires, etc. Manufacturing again is a bit of a mixed bag. There's some pauses and there's some accelerations as well, depending on, I guess, very much market conditions and what's expected and what the plans are. Interestingly, most of the organizations I've spoken to have said that they still expect to hit their hiring numbers this year, which is very encouraging. Hard to see right now, but very encouraging. And I'm talking about some of the biggest organizations in the region.
That is. What's happening to the candidate pool at the moment?
This is like some of the strangest indicators we've seen. So the amount of candidates that have registered to move out here has actually increased, which
Really?
is, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's I'm not saying that's an industry fact or across, but we've spoken. We speak every morning as an organization. We speak every morning together to sit down with everyone to see how everyone's doing, and that has been the feedback that surprisingly more people are interested in moving specifically to Dubai than we've seen in the previous 6 to 12 months.
Which were not slow for people looking to move to Dubai. Where are they registering from?
Despite some phenomenally good journalism from the UK, from the UK, I think that's probably been our biggest increase source, which is is very short. It's data over a very short period of time. So that's just that's what we've seen so far, at least.
But it surprised you.
Surprised me enough that sometimes I would lie awake at night thinking about these things, Brandy, because it is quite unusual. And at the same time, we've seen we would have typically maybe 100 plus starters every month that have been lined up to start since January this year. So we're watching now to see what the impact of those starters are as we go into, April period in a couple of days. So again, that's something that we'll track very closely, but no changes so far.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Dr. Trefor Murphy, founder and CEO of Cooper Fitch, the recruitment company. We appreciate your time.
Thanks, Brandy.